What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is Journal Thoughts. I'm Aaron. Well, I figured that today would be the best day to put on a pig mask, considering my source of conversation for today. Did I say source? I don't know what I'm talking about. But the point is, I wore a pig mask on purpose. Let's get into it. So today, I was coming home from an appointment, and I get pulled over. No big deal. Pull over, do my thing. They come to the door, license and registration. Okay, getting that out. Dude comes behind me, comes behind that cop, and he gets out, and he comes on this side. So I got my guy on my left, or the original cop, and I got my guy on my right. Is now the new cop that has just showed up. And my whole thing was, okay, this is kind of weird, that you need two cops, but with the way of the world. Sorry. But, like I said, I thought it was kind of weird, but the way the world is, I get it, so I wasn't thinking too much of it. It was just kind of a new thing to me. I don't think I've been pulled over and two cops had showed up before. Anyway, the point is, though, so they're doing their thing, and, like I said, their license and registration. Did you know why I pulled you over? I said no, because I knew I wasn't speeding, and I knew that there was nothing wrong with my car as far as insurance or anything like that. And he said, you were weaving. And I said, okay, whatever. I didn't think twice, but I was like, whatever, So he starts, it was weird from the very beginning. He goes, you drinking? And I said, no, I was coming back from an appointment, like I said. He goes, you have anything illegal in the car? And I thought, no. I thought it was weird, but I'm like, no, I don't. And he's like, all right, you mind if I search your car? And I said, do you have probable cause? And he said, well, you were weaving, weren't you? And I said, that's what you told me, but I don't think I was weaving. Point is, they didn't search the car, but underneath because I didn't give them the permission to search, but underneath my CD case, I keep my vape pen. And they go, what's that? And I said, it's my vape pen. And he's like, oh, marijuana? And I said, you can't put marijuana in a vape pen, but you can have THC. But I was like, no, this is a CBD one, because it was. And they're like, you're not allowed to have that without a card. And I said, yeah, you are. I got it from the vape shop. All you have to do is be 21 or older and you can buy it. You don't have to have anything. And he said, do you have the receipt or the card where you said, of course I don't, because it's a disposable thing. So I don't keep the freaking packages with me, whenever I buy the cartridges. And basically he ended up confiscating it because he said that I didn't have just a prescription, I guess. And I didn't have any way to prove what it was. So, okay, here's my thing. First of all, mind you, the whole time this is happening, the other guy on the other side is just being lippy. The cop that was talking to me, Mose, he didn't bother me that much. I do think a little bit was ridiculous, but overall, he was just doing his job. The cop that was with him, the deputy, I'm presuming, he was the one running his mouth about things that were not even need to be brought up. He asked me if I was high and asked, like, all these things, and I'm like, no, dude. Like, what's going on here? So the other guy comes back, the original cop comes back, and he's like, well, I'm not going to give you a ticket. I'm thinking, well, fucking right, you're not, because I didn't do anything wrong. And he's like, but we have to confiscate the pen. And I said, why? Well, because you can't prove what it is. And I said, so you're telling me that everybody has to have freaking proof whenever they, buy whatever it is at their vape shop? So newsflash, everybody, make sure you keep your receipt from every vape pen you ever have, because how are they supposed to know what it is? Oh my God. And as annoying as it was, I would have been more than willing to just let him take the actual cartridge out, because yes, that's annoying. That's freaking annoying. But he took the whole pen. And so for those of you that do vape, that know what I'm talking about, you have the pen, and then you have the separate cartridges that you twist, and the cartridges are, $40, depending on what you get. And the vape things, granted, they're only about $40 to $60 too, but the point is, though, it's ridiculous to have to spend one when there's no reason to spend one. If it's actually fine, there's no reason to have that. So, I had a perfectly good vape pen up until about an hour and a half ago, whenever a cop decided to press his luck. I don't want to say press his luck, but decided to show his authority more than anything. It's like, dude, I'm sorry, but is there not anybody else you could be going after right now? I understand I was weaving or whatever, but I wasn't speeding, I didn't hurt anybody, and whatever, and they didn't give me a ticket or anything. But then you're going to pull some crap about a vape pen that I'm legally allowed to have, that I can go to my freaking gas station beside my house right now and buy one. And I even told him that. I said, I can pull into this gas station right up the road and buy one of these. It's legal. You don't have to have a prescription, blah, blah, blah. And just went through the whole rigmarole with him. And his whole thing was basically just, well, I'm doing it that way because that's what I want to do. mind you, like I said, I can't hear this guy, the other one, but the deputy or whatever he was is standing beside my other window, and like I can't hear anything he's saying. I can tell he's being kind of a smartass because every time I'd say something, I'd hear something from over there. So I know he's being kind of an ass, but do you guys not have anything better to do? Are there not people, that are doing actual drugs and, I don't know, maybe breaking the law by speeding because they're trying to get away from doing something criminal? But no, let's just, and that's the thing. Pull me over, fine. But then to go over that because you found a freaking vape pen that I'm legally allowed to own, do better. Do better, and don't even act like it must be end of the quota time, must be end of season or end of the quarter because they got to get their quota, even though they never charged me with anything because they didn't have anything to charge me with. We're getting to the point that I'm worried we're going to get to a police state, and that's the one thing. Both sides of the political spectrum seem to be, when you go far enough on either side, they want police stating. On the right, we knew that. We've known that because it's very, pro-cop. And I'm pro-cop. Don't get me wrong. This isn't me bashing about the cops, but I'm absolutely, drain the pool kind of thing. I'm there talking with the politicians. I'm okay with that. But I'm also, let's retrain these people into kind of deal with the way of the world now. Because some of these people have been on the force for 20 years or whatever, and things change. Things change in 2 years, let alone 20. So maybe we should retrain these people and decide, should we put that guy there with a gun? Should we allow this person to do what they're doing? Because I know for a fact that there are people locally that have done crimes and things like that, covered things up, been shady as possible, and they've never been in trouble for it. There's also great cops where I'm at. So don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing the whole system, but I am bashing the whole, what's the saying? The few bad apples ruins the whole bunch. Well, that's what happens. And then you get things like this. Granted, this wasn't the most shady thing that happened. It could have been a lot worse. But the fact is that I had something that I didn't legally need to prove that I had a thing for, got confiscated for no other reason than the fact I couldn't prove what it was. So warning everybody, I said it before and I'll say it again. Make sure that you keep sticking all of your receipts and shit whenever you buy a vape pen or whatever it may be, because God forbid you don't have it, because you will get it taken from you. And, the thing that I probably should stop. I should probably just stop there and wrap it up. But I had to talk about this because it's something that needs to be addressed. We can do better than this. We should do better than this. Let's get into that. Let's get into that type of world. Unity. Love and unity, brothers, sisters, whatever. But I'll be back with something soon. Bye.